bell so you can get that thing whenever I upload a new video. So today, we are going to be talking about things I wish I knew before I started doing YouTube. So I started doing YouTube a few years ago. I actually had a channel since like 2012 or something like that, but I didn't post. I wasn't posting anything. Like I literally would just post like music videos that I would do sometimes, and that was it. Like I wasn't posting any content. I wasn't posting anything. Like I literally was just posting sporadically, and it would literally be like a music video or something. Because y'all know that I've always done music. I love music. Hello, you guys. Hello, Liquid Sunshine. Hi, Sinquavia. Hey, Kaylin. Hey, DP. What's up? Oh, that's Sun. Hey, Sun. What's up, guys? Anointed. Let me see if I share this, if it'll be able, if I pin it, we'll be able to see it. Okay. Thank you for putting my super chat. I mean, my super chat, for putting my Cash App. Thank you. Hello, Bree. Thank you, guys. I love it when y'all anticipate my needs. So, um, the video the videos that I used to post would literally be like a music video. And then I started posting again, and I think like 2017 or 2018, I would like to say. And I started posting dating videos about like dating certain zodiac signs. Hello, Shatara. How y'all doing? Al, happy Saturday. So I would post about like dating, like, certain zodiac signs. And then fast forward, like it would just be like random posts. Like I wasn't consistent. So then in 2022, you all know that's when I started calling into Storm's channel, and I would do social commentary on hot topics. I always loved hot topics. I always loved everything to do with celebrity gossip. I'm very nosy. I like to run my mouth. Like that's just been my forever, right? So then after that, I wasn't monetized. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this seriously. I decided in 2022 that I was going to really put the work in to take my content seriously. So in 2022, I started doing a lot more videos, but they were like 7-minute videos because you got to get your watch hours up, and you had to get. I think you needed over 1,000 subscribers, and you needed over 4,000 watch hours, and that's hard to get because when you think of watch hours, you're just thinking about views. So no, the watch hours is how long people watch your video. So 100,000 people could watch a video, but if they're watching your video for a minute, then that's not going to add up. It takes a long time to get to 4,000 watch hours. So I was doing that for like a year. I feel like I fully got monetized. I think it was at the top of 2023, or was it at the end of 2022? I can't remember. But then I started doing the live Love Jones show in 2023. I do remember that. I started doing this show in 2023. And that's the first time I had ever started like really going live, like giving hot topics, doing social commentary, giving a rundown. And I clearly haven't looked back since. Um, Hello, you spoke about spiritual things. Yes, I did. Yes, and manifestation. Yes, I did. Yes, everybody do me a favor and double tap the screen and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. So we were talking about things like that. And I kind of pivoted a little bit with as far as like my niche went, because once again, I would call into Storm Show and I absolutely loved it. Like I really, really loved giving social commentary. It was so much fun. Are we sipping? Cheers to the freaking weekend. Now drink to that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, let the Gemma sun sink in. But so I really, really loved it, right? But initially, what I wish I would have done differently in those beginning stages is I wish that I would have taken it more seriously. Like I wish that I would have been consistent more early on, because had I been taking it seriously, even if I wasn't trying to do it like for money, if I had been taking it more seriously and more consistent, then it would have been quicker for me to get to the 4,000 watch hours, instead of me having to really give crunch time and like overload myself with like having to do content. And shouts out to Dane Calloway. Y'all know Dane Calloway is also one of my very, very great friends on YouTube. Love him down. He gives very sound advice. Like I've been knowing Dane since I think 2020 is actually the first time I ever had a phone conversation with Dane Calloway. So I've known him for like 5 years. That's crazy. Time is flying. But when I started doing it, I was getting that advice from Storm, and then Dane Storm was like, "Oh, post a couple 3 times out of the week or something," and Dane was like, "No, you need to post every single day." So Dane Calloway was like, "You need to post every single day," and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like it just felt like it was so crazy. Like, how am I going to post every single day? What am I even going to talk about? But as far as like this niche goes, like a social commentary, there's always something going on. There's always somebody doing something crazy. And so early on, I wish I would have known that I needed to do content every single day of the week. Like you have to treat it like an actual job. You can't think of content like a hobby if you want it to actually pay off and if you want to take it seriously. If you don't care about that, then you treat it like a hobby. But if you actually want to get monetized on YouTube, if you want to go far in YouTube, you have to treat it like an actual 9 to 5 job. And it doesn't have to be 8 hours. Let me rephrase that. You have to treat it like a job that you're working 5 to 7 days a week. I would say you could take a one day, especially when you're just getting started and you're building an audience and you're trying to build rapport with people, they have to see you every day. So now that I know that, once I started to build my TikTok, I do 3 videos a day on TikTok. Sometimes, once again, I'm human, so I'll take a break here or there. But on YouTube, you guys will see me. Y'all see me like almost every day. Sometimes, even if I'm not live streaming with you all, you will see me on shorts. Like I'll upload and I repurpose content on shorts. But if you want to take YouTube seriously, you have to upload every single day. People have to keep seeing you. You can't think like, oh, I'm just going to post once a week. I'm just going to post here or there. It's not going to work, especially if you're not known. The only time I started taking a break is when it started getting crazy, which we're going to get into that. But even when I take a break, I don't go more than 1 or 2 days without y'all seeing me. You have to continuously, people need to see you. You have to flood the algorithm with your face. Even if you're just getting 1 view or 2 views or 20 views, it doesn't matter. Once you continuously pumping out content and you're becoming visual, then you start to build a base. So that's the second part that I want to talk to y'all about. You have to be mindful and conscious of personal branding. So we all do niche content, right? Like say you want to do home decor, you want to do whatever it is that you want to do. You want to do makeup, you want to talk about celebrities, you want to do tarot, you want to do spirituality, you want to do manifestation, you want to do workout content. You have to be mindful of how you're framing your content. You don't have to be super curated. Like you don't have to be super curated because a lot of people like raw and authentic things. People like to see you doing regular, they want to feel like they can relate to you. So if it's not super curated, then they can relate directly to what you're doing because they see themselves in you. So be mindful of that. Like you don't need high tech cameras. These are things that I wish I would have known because I did not know that I didn't need equipment that was buku crazy. Like I went out and bought my MacBook Pro because I felt like I needed that to do YouTube, which actually it did come in handy. It did come in handy, but just starting out, like if you have a smartphone, you could start doing your content with your phone. Hello. Hello, Sasha. Hi, Pink Tink. Hello, content calling card. Yeah, give them the basis of your content, then adding in other aspects that makes it well rounded. Yes, hello, beautiful bookworm. Hello, hello. Yeah, so I thought that I needed like all of this high tech equipment. You do not need a bunch of high tech equipment. You don't. You just need your phone. You just need your phone and you need to understand what your lane is. You need to understand what your niche is, and you have to niche down, especially in the beginning. You have to. Because then that helps you to build your base, it helps you to build your core audience, and people need to know what they're going to come to you for. What can you gain when what can a person gain when they interact with you or when they interact with your content? Are you teaching them something? Are you inspiring them? Are you funny? Do you have great comedic timing? Is it your personality? Once again, are you informative? Are you inspirational? Like you have to have something that you are providing, some type of service. And once again, services are not always like I'm selling you something, because selling you something physically, because you're selling yourself. And you got to remember, your face and your appearance is your calling card. Now, this is not to say that you need to get up here dressed up, dressed down to the nine, Gucci down to the socks. You don't have to do that. But you also have to be presentable and you have to be mindful that a whole bunch of people are going to watch you. You never know who's going to watch you. Like, I've have all types of people that watch me. You don't know. People watch you that will never even say that they're watching you. So you have to be mindful of the fact that you are in front of an audience and you got to treat yourself like you're a superstar. Do not play small. Do not think, "Oh, I only got 5 people." Bitch, one of those 5 people could be Beyonce. You never fucking know. They watch smaller content creators. They watch smaller creative people, period, because that's where they get the information and that's where they get the inspiration from. We, the regular people, are what helps big machines keep their ear to the street. You see how I stand here? We go and we do things, and I be whatever we talk about. I dress a certain way. I present myself a certain way. People are watching. I know everybody and their mother is watching me. People that would never get up here and say that they're watching me or never admit to it. I know that I'm being watched. People also study you. Exactly. We're the blueprint. Regular people are the new celebrities. Like nobody's really looking to um Cardi B to know what the next wave is. They're looking at regular people like me and you, because we create. We're living in the real world, so it's a very authentic type of experience that you get from content creators. So speaking of authenticity, I want you all to know that you have to be yourself. Be yourself. Stop trying to do what everybody else is doing. You could do what everybody else is doing, but you got to do it in your own way. You have to know that you are an individual. If you cannot be yourself, then people are not going to believe you. Some people could fake it till they make it, but I would never suggest that, because if this is something that you want to do long term, it's for so long you could hold up a facade, and it's fun if you're doing something that you love. And the thing that I love about content creation is that I'm able to do things that I actually love and enjoy doing. And it doesn't feel like, oh my God, I got to work. Sometimes I'm not going to lie, I'd be like, oh, I don't feel like streaming. But once I start doing it, I absolutely love it. And I become so, you know, in it, like in the experience. And I love talking to you all. I love having, conversations. I love answering questions sometimes. I just love the interactions. Even the trolls. I love the trolls because the trolls are a vital part. They are part of the ecosystem when it comes to growing and being a lit ass bitch. Trolls are a part of the fucking package. That's it. It's like when you in a movie, you a superhero, you gotta have a villain, you gotta have an arch nemesis. Like that's just how it goes. Can we have 5 more likes? Everybody double tap the screen and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hello, Faith. I see you up in here. Hey boo. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So you have to be your authentic self. Now, I wish I would have known this, because in the beginning, when I first started, I was being, thank you, son, for the gift. I was being myself, but I wasn't fully myself when I first started, because I was dating a man that will always judge me. He judged me so fucking hard. He judged everything that I did. Like, why you gotta talk like this? Why you gotta dress like this? Why you gotta act like this? Why you gotta do this? Why you gotta do that? So I wasn't really fully being my authentic self. And I feel like, and I don't feel like, I know that that was one of the reasons why I was not excelling as much as I could have been, because I wasn't fully being my full self. Like I was trying to police myself and be super curated. And you could take that approach if you want to, but if you really want to go there, I'm telling you, you gotta jump off the fucking cliff. You gotta jump off. That's the only way you're gonna gain your wings, and that's the only way you're going to soar. You have to be yourself. You got to be yourself. Now, one of the things I wish I did know was that people are going to be evil, wicked, demonic, malicious, send you all types of evil. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Especially because I always felt like I was supposed to, like, I would be like, oh, I'm not even at 100,000 subscribers yet, because we're gonna get there. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and double tap the screen. So I didn't know that. I would think like, oh, I'm a small creator. Like who's gonna say anything about me? Who's gonna? I didn't have a concept of like, no, bitch, it doesn't matter how many followers, it doesn't matter how many subscribers. Somebody can have 1 million subscribers and they will still talk shit about you if you got something that they don't. A lot of us have things that money cannot buy. But if you do not be yourself, you would never figure out what it is that you got that money can't buy. How you gonna figure it out if you're not being yourself? You have to be yourself. That's the only way that you're gonna know your place in the world. That's the only way that you're gonna discover your niche. That's the only way that you're gonna know what you're actually good at, because there's things that we naturally excel at. And the only way you're going to find that out is if you're being your authentic self. And I know it's hard. Being yourself is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do, because at every turn and throughout my whole entire life, people were always telling me, why you gotta look like this? Why you gotta act like this? Why you gotta dress like this? Why you gotta stand like this? Why you gotta talk like, ooh, why you gotta talk like this? Why you gotta cuss so much? Why you acting so black? Why you acting so ghetto? Why you acting like a white girl? Why you acting like a hoe? Why you acting like a prude? It was like, it's never good enough. So, once I figured out that I don't give a fuck. I don't care what my mother say. I don't care what my father say. I don't care what my uncle, my cousin, my aunt. Everybody was my whole life always telling me their opinions and imposing their opinions and imposing their limitations on me. And I would internalize that because I didn't know. I didn't listen to my internal compass. You got to listen to your internal compass. And honestly, too, what I want to say is the time that I've gone viral, I just spoke about things that was on my heart, and I didn't think about it, overthink it. Whenever you get that inkling that you need to load up your camera and you have something that you cannot stop thinking about, or you keep saying, damn, I need to talk about this. There's this book called Big Magic by Elizabeth. I can't think of her last name, but she wrote the book Eat, Pray, Love. Y'all know the movie Eat, Pray, Love that I think what's her name that's starring in it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. She wrote a book called Big Magic, and she said, whenever an idea comes to you, you either choose to rendezvous with that idea or you let the idea go and it goes to somebody else. And think about it. I'm sure there's plenty of times where you thought of something and you didn't do it and you seen somebody else do it. And you be like, damn, I had that idea. But this is not a person that you know. This is not a person that you ever spoke to. You ain't never told this idea to nobody. You never even spoke it out loud. It's just something that you had in your mind because it came to you. An idea, it came to you. That's big magic. It came to you. Source brought that to your attention. It brought you that inspiration, but guess what? You chose not to fuck with it, so somebody else did and they blew the fuck up. I see every single thing that I've ever wanted to do played out in the media, played out in music videos, played out in songs, but I've had people telling me every step of the way, that's stupid, that's corny, that's whack, you're not good enough, you don't sound good enough, it's not good enough, people are going to think this is corny. And I used to internalize that. So now I don't let nobody tell me shit. If you're not doing what I want to do, and if you are not excelling above me, I don't listen to it. People say, oh, you don't can't take criticism. Who the fuck is you to criticize me? You're not doing what I'm doing. You're not excelling at what I'm doing. You have not reached any peak of success. I will only take advice from people that is excelling at what it is that I'm doing. I will only take advice from people that I would want to emulate to some degree. Do not take advice from people because people will be your downfall, especially people that cannot relate. They don't understand what it is that you're doing, so they won't ever get it. Half of the music that we hear, if somebody came to you and sung it to you, you would say that shit is stupid as fuck, throw it out the window. That's dumb. Like, what are you talking about? What? You would call it corny. You would shoot it down. Now, if artists, some of the biggest hits that we've heard, if artists were to go around the wrong people and sing these songs without the beat, without the production, without it being fully ready for everybody to hear, they would have been discouraged. I've been discouraged from fucking remixing Kaya's song "My Neck, My Back." This was back in 2015. This was way before Saweetie came out remixing it and everybody came out remixing it. I was in a big studio on fucking 53rd Street. And you know what that producer told me? He said, that is corny. That's corny. People gonna laugh at you. Don't remix that song. Fast forward 5 years later, Saweetie blew up remixing that song, and the song I did to it was way a million trillion times better than what the fuck she did. So many times I've encountered people that were stumbling blocks and that were roadblocks, and they come in the form of people that is under the guise of they're trying to help you. They didn't do shit but hold me back and stunted my growth. And this is why, for me personal, I didn't have the confidence enough to blow up with music. I could sing. I used to be able to dance. I can't really dance that much anymore. I mean, I can still got some rhythm. I still got a little bit of rhythm, but I ain't been like in a choreography class in a long time. So I don't know how much I could fucking hit a 1 2. But it's because I didn't have the confidence enough and people always shot me down. And now when I encounter people, they be like, you're a superstar. If I was you, I would be here. I would be doing this. And I'm like, damn, I was around so many people that had the tools, but because I probably wasn't screwing them, or they didn't have the type of control that they wanted to have over me, or they were just plainly jealous and envious, they snuffed out my light. And it was because, once again, I didn't know who I was. So I was listening to people. I was letting people project their own limitations and their own fears onto me. I didn't know any better. I was young, and I grew up caring about what everybody thought. I grew up, I was conditioned that other people's opinions mattered more than my own. The only way that I was able to rebel against that was with my style and how I dress. So when y'all start to see old pictures of me, because I was photographed a million times, like I would walk down the street and people would take pictures of me out of men in magazines, newspapers, and all sorts of shit. It'll come up. It'll come up. We gonna get there. I gotta get more lit, and then everybody's gonna fucking start posting shit of me. I've accepted it, but I did not believe in myself. You have to believe in yourself. I wish before I started doing YouTube that I believed in myself when I first started, because I would have been so much further. But I cared too much about what people were saying. Fart. Oh my God. I cared too much. You posted a video on your TikTok, period, Faith. Peep game, yes. Never listen to any negativity when they see you as a threat. They underestimate you. Yes. Now it's playing on commercials, LJ. What's playing on commercials? Oh, the song. Yes. The song. And he told me, he looked in my face. He said, nah, don't do that. That's corny. That's whack. People gonna laugh at you. And I was like, because I never heard nobody remix that fucking song. Ever. I literally, oh my God. And I was so mad. And you know what? When Saweetie came out, I sent that man a message and I said, you know what? Thank you for teaching me to never ever listen to anybody when my creative genius says, bitch, you need to do this. Because look, and I sent it to him and he didn't even say nothing. He just looked at it. He just opened it and didn't say nothing. It's because I be knowing. I'm literally like one of them ones. I've always been one of them ones, but I just didn't believe in myself. So that's why I'm telling y'all, you gotta believe in yourself. And I was around so many fucking hating ass people. I didn't realize it. I thought they loved me. I thought, oh, these people have my best interest. These people care. No, those people wanted to take my life for themselves, use me, use my energy, harvest my energy for themselves. Some people try to destiny swap with me. That's why I had to get the fuck away from a lot of bitches, because they literally was taking over my whole personality, my whole persona. Everything I wanted to do, they wanted to do it too. So I had to seclude myself. And this is another thing I want to tell y'all. When you start in your YouTube journey, when you start to make content, period, we're not just going to say YouTube. When you start to do anything creative, period, you might have to go into a period of isolation, and you got to seclude yourself. You can't talk to people about what it is that you're doing, because they can't relate. They're going to shoot it down, or they're either going to try to steal it from you, because everybody has this main character syndrome when they're not all main characters. But you can't tell nobody, oh, you're not a main character, because they're going to think you're a hater. Some people are meant to be behind the scenes. Some people are meant to be the doing the graphics. Some people are meant to build the websites. Some people are meant to produce the records. Some people are meant to be writers. Some people are meant to help you come up with ideas. Some people are meant to do tech work behind the scenes. Some people are meant to answer the emails, answer the phone calls. Some people are meant to be the assistant. Some people are meant to help you style. Everybody is not supposed to be in front of a camera, because this is just not everybody's destiny. But if you know what it is that you're supposed to do, soar at it. Become so proficient in the shit at whatever it is that you could do, that nobody can fuck with you. And you're going to be the God, you're going to be the Lord over your path, over your destiny. Like we keep saying Beyonce because we love Beyonce. Beyonce is the fucking premier girl. Beyonce stylist Ty Hunter. I knew Ty Hunter, and Ty Hunter has always encouraged me. He would always say, I'm so proud of you. I know you're going to do something great. He always said this to me. Every time he looked at me, he would be like, I don't know when it's going to happen, but you're going to do something great. I believe in you. Like, you got it. You got it. You're a star. Like, they would all say these things to me. People that work with Jay-Z, I would be sitting at dinner and they would just say this, but I didn't believe in myself. I didn't even understand what I was around, because I just was letting people be parasites and energetic vampires. So I was never using any of my light for myself. But Ty Hunter is a superstar, but he's not Beyonce. He's a superstar stylist to Beyonce. You get what I'm saying? So because he did what he was supposed to do, he followed his rightful path. He got connected with Beyonce. He helped her because that's what he was supposed to do. That was a part of his destiny. Then he went on to release his clothing line that was in Forever 21. He released a clothing line that was in some other stores. He went on to write a book. He went on to style other people. He's been on talk shows. He's been on podcasts. He's done all of those things because he walked down his actual path. He did not try to be Beyonce. He didn't try to be Beyonce. He understood that he was supposed to help Beyonce and Beyonce was going to help him. And that's the thing. You got to be realistic about who you are and what your path is and what it is that you're supposed to do and what you excel at. Everybody's not a singer. Everybody's not a rapper. Everybody's not a writer. Everybody does not know how to code. I don't know what the hell I be doing. I just be learning as I go about tech. I don't know anything about this, but there's some people that excel at that. You're a leader in your respective field. Get honest with yourself about your capabilities. Get honest with yourself about your talents. Get honest with yourself about what it is that you lack and where it is that you can improve. What are you good at? Be honest with yourself. Don't get up here thinking that you is a dancer and that you could barely do a two-step. What are you good at? If you're not good at speaking, maybe you shouldn't be in front of the camera, but maybe you could help to produce somebody that's in front of the camera. Maybe you could help. You get what I'm saying? Maybe everybody has a lane. That's my point. So even with YouTube and content, even if you don't want to be in front of the camera, maybe you could be a part of somebody's team. Maybe you could do something to help because you still love the art of content. You don't always have to be in front of the camera, but you got to be honest with yourself. Everybody wants to be the main character syndrome, and sometimes you're not. But if you know that you excel at public speaking, if you know that you are good in front of the camera, if you're comfortable, if you have something to say, then you need to put yourself out there and you've got to believe in yourself and you cannot listen to what anybody else has to say. But if that's not your lane, stay in your lane. Get in your lane, pick a lane, and stay there. Now, this is not to say that you can't grow to be, in front or a public. Sometimes you got to take steps. Like I'm using Ty Hunter as an example. Initially, Ty was just behind Beyonce, and then when it was time, he came out. He put out a book. He put out a clothing line. He was on talk shows. You get what I'm saying? It was his time to be in the front, but he knew that initially he was very shy. He told me this. Oh, I didn't like speaking publicly. I didn't really like to be out, but I knew how to dress somebody. I knew how to speak with authority when I was talking to, the designers and going into the showrooms. Like I knew how to communicate efficiently. I knew how to read, whether or not she liked something. She didn't even got to tell me. I could just see how she's moving at something or the look she's giving. Like he understood how to pick up social cues. That's a strength. Play to your strengths. Play to your strengths. So let's get into this other thing that I wish I would have knew before I started doing YouTube. And I'm going to say that I wish I knew that it was hard. It's hard doing YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Simply Be Yourself. His name is Ty Hunter. It's hard being in front of thousands of people and being perceived by thousands of people. Nobody told me that. Like, I mean, well, I seen Storm go through it a little bit, but Storm handled it with so much grace. Like I've heard Storm crash out a couple of times. Like he cuss a person out, but he does it in a way that it doesn't seem like it's affecting him because it doesn't. Like he continues to move forward. It doesn't affect his bottom line. But I didn't know how not natural it is to be seen by, I can't even say this thousand. I've been perceived by millions of people. I know this sounds insane and like, oh my God, because we only have 43,000 subscribers, but I have videos that have 1 million views. I get shared and reposted a lot. People are reacting to me a lot. It is not easy being perceived by hundreds of thousands of people. Everybody's going to have an opinion of you. Everybody's going to have something to say. People aren't going to like you. People have been talking about my hair, my wig, my makeup, what I'm wearing, my clothes, my eyes, my lips, my teeth, my skin, like my earrings, the way I talk. Like there's nothing that can prepare you to be perceived by hundreds of thousands of people. There's nothing. And I wish I would have knew that. There's nothing I could tell you. There's nothing I could say. There's nothing I could do that will prepare you to get thousands of notifications, emails, people sending you stuff, people DMing you, people messaging you, people leaving thousands of comments. Like nothing is going to prepare you for that. Nothing. There's nothing I can say. I can't even get up here and say, oh, you got to do this and you got to do. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I was like a fish out of water. I crashed out a few times. I was crying a couple times because I just was not ready. And especially being a melanin rich woman, we get it harder because people already have a perception of us. So if I come through and I'm confident and I got my head held high and I'm bold and I'm firm in what it is that I'm talking about and I'm not really wavering and Y'all see me out or whatever. Like, it's like it becomes a sport to try to break a woman like me down. People become obsessed with trying to break me down. I know that sounds crazy, but y'all see it. My day ones, my love bugs, y'all be up in here. Y'all see how bad it can get in these comment sections. Y'all see how utterly insane it can get. Now, every single day. This is a light live stream. I'm surprised not a lot of y'all up in here, but I'm gonna go live a few times today. Uh, well, we could at least have 100 likes because it's 150 of y'all up in here right now. Double tap the screen. Can I have 5 more likes? And can y'all subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed? That don't sound crazy at all. It's true. It is. Nothing can prepare you for that. But what I will say is, and we talk about this all the time. People always talk about, oh, you gotta have tough skin. You gotta have tough skin. And I said, well, what is tough skin? What does that mean? It's easy to say, have tough skin, have tough skin. No, I know that I have tough skin, even though I've cried, I've crashed out, I've probably had a mental breakdown once or twice. But the fact that I still show up and do what it is that I'm called to do and what it is that I love to do is a testament to how strong my skin is. Don't let anybody lie to you and say having tough skin is to ignore things or to act like you don't see it. We're human. Anybody with a comment section that's managing their own socials, even if you're not, you're going to look at your comments at some point. They lie. Celebrities, oh, just don't look at the comments. They're lying. They're lying to you. It's a scam. They're lying. Everybody looks at the comments at some point or another. Everybody. Beyonce, everybody. It's a lie. Don't just ignore it. It's impossible to ignore people talking crazy when it's hundreds of thousands of people. It's impossible. I can't stand when people lie and they say, "Oh, you just gotta have tough skin," or maybe this is not cut off. No, bitch, yes it is because I keep showing up. I'm not gonna let nobody run me off my motherfucking square. I'm not gonna let nobody have me stop doing what it is that I love to do just because they heckling me or talking crazy. When I turn the camera off, I might cuss a little bit more, but then I keep it moving. I don't dwell. And one thing I can tell you is that you gotta learn how not to dwell on things that you can change. Once you turn the camera off, or once you get off the internet, you got to leave it where it's at, and it's going to continue to exist. You're creating something that's going to continue to exist. We all have a footprint, a social media footprint, an internet footprint, and that's going to get me to my next point. Be mindful of what it is that you're posting, and be sure that you can stand beside it, because I see so many people have to renege or say, oh, well, I didn't mean it like that, or I meant it like this. No, be mindful. And I know I tell you all that I let my intrusive thoughts fly. That's how I'm able to survive these when people be going crazy. I just say anything that comes. But I do police myself to a degree, and I am mindful. And I know everything I've said, even the nasty things I've said back to people that were saying nasty things to me. I know that I'm probably going to have to answer to that at one point once I get bigger and end up on a TV show somewhere. I'm already preparing myself for that. But at the end of the day, be mindful of what it is that you're putting out there, and make sure that you can stick beside it, because you are going to have a digital footprint that's going to follow you forever. Even if you delete something, even if you wipe it down, even if you get somebody to scrub the internet of any impression of you, people are still somebody somewhere is going to have a video of you, a video recording. They're going to have a screenshot of what you posted in 2005. So be mindful of what it is when you're creating your digital footprint. Be mindful of what it is that you're putting out there. Don't be talking a bunch of shit. Don't write checks your ass can't cash, because we see it all too often. Women get up here. Rick Ross' ex-girlfriend, that I guess was his flavor of the month, he done tossed her to the side. She was up here saying, yes, I'm in law school. I went to law school. I'm studying law. Her baby daddy came out and said that bitch is lying like a Persian rug. Then she had to come out and say, oh, I never said I was in law school. I said I was studying law. And then they pulled the videos of her saying she's in law school. Then they pulled the videos of her saying she's in law school. Jasmine, Cam Newton's baby mother. Cam Newton's baby mother. She got videos saying, oh, I wish I would let a nigga treat me like this. I wish I would. I want to be talking about marriage and all this. She became Cam Newton's eighth baby mother. She had his ninth and eighth, eighth and ninth child. So you have to be mindful. That's why I tell y'all the truth. I'll be like, yo, I go back and forth to the ghetto toxic circus. I'm not perfect. I'll be telling y'all I'll be drunk the fuck out, acting crazy, screaming, crying, cussing, yelling. I don't give a fuck. So at some point, if somebody do want to play a voice note or let y'all hear something or y'all see a video of me drunk or acting crazy, y'all know who I am. Y'all done see me get up here drunk the fuck out. I'm human. I'm human. I'm human. Nobody's gonna hold anything over my head. Ain't nobody about to hold nothing over my head. I be telling y'all I'm toxic. We talk about it. We get into it. We're all a work in progress. I do say, I'm not dealing with no man that's broke. Now, if y'all ever see me with a nigga that ain't got shit, then something must be wrong. Because that's one thing I could stick beside. I do not fuck with nobody that ain't got no motherfucking money and that ain't got no ambition, that don't got a job, a career, a business. That I'm not going to, and I'm going to stick beside that. Okay. But other than that, girl, child, we done been to Red Flags Park so many goddamn times. Bitch, I be telling y'all I'm a cat lady, take me to Petco because that's really how I feel. But this don't mean that, sometimes if I want to fuck off, I could do whatever I want to do. I'm human. I'm a grown woman. I don't have no ties to anybody. Life is life. But be mindful of what it is that you put out there because it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. That's this, and this plays into authenticity. Like if you're not being your authentic self, then it's going to be harder for you to be mindful of what it is that you're saying. Because if you're actually being real, you don't have to be mindful because this is you right now. This is not to say that people's views don't change and things don't change, but if you're condemning people and you're talking down on people and then you become the same thing, that I don't fuck with that. Like it's another person, Princella the Queen Pin. I'm shouting out names there. I don't give a fuck. Can I have 5 more likes? Everybody double tap the screen and subscribe to the channel. I deserve it. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. So Princella, she came out. She was wearing lace fronts. She had on thigh high boots. She was dressing more feminine. When she first got on the internet, she was like really talking that hot cash money, hot shit to women about men. Saying steer clear of men, talking about how men are manipulative to women and men. There's some of the things I say too, like because of my experience, I like and things that I see, how men love a young woman that's like 20 because she's more malleable, she's easier to mold and to control. And not all, but a lot of men when they be running that, oh, I want because she not bitter, she not this. I tell y'all, like men love to get with a younger woman and damage her, and then when she gets older and now she's smart, then y'all say she's bitter. Or if she has a marriage and she has a baby and it doesn't work out, then y'all call her baby mama. But it's like, no, she wised up and she decided to do better and change her life for the better. So Princella also had a video saying that's why she would never date a woman that was under 30 years old, right? She's on record saying this. How men are predators. So she gained the confidence and she gained the audience, and then she flipped the script and became the man that she warned every woman about. Now she's dating a woman that's 23, or I think she's just turned 24. When Princella met the girl, she was 22. And Princella, I think, is like 40. So Princella, you dating a girl that's 22, 24, and the girl was a lady of the night. She was a dancer. So, and now she be cussing women out, being mad toxic to women. She literally became the very thing that she was trying to warn women against. So stuff like that, I think about. I'm like, damn, like I wouldn't want to be the person that get up here and turn into everything that I said. I hate this. I hate this. That's why I don't really try to speak so strongly about certain things. And when we do talk about men, we're talking about specific types of men. I never said I hate all black men. Like that's why I got a card that says not all. I never said don't fuck with men, don't get married. I never say things like that. Even though people like to cherry pick my message, I always say be mindful, use discernment, and do what's best for you. And I tell y'all, I never said I don't fuck around with niggas. I do. I just say I do it for my own leisure and at my own convenience. I do what's convenient for me, and that's what I believe in. Like I feel like everybody is different. So we all have to kind of like we navigate through the world differently. We all got different needs. If you want to get married, I encourage that too. Do it when if it makes sense. Don't just do it because of societal pressures. That's my only message. Be yourself. Don't do things because society is pressuring you. Because that's how a lot of us end up in fucked up situations. But yeah, so we touched, oh my god, a bee. Ooh, ooh. We pretty much touched on everything I wanted to touch on. Yeah, so I wish I knew, to be authentic and to not listen to anybody and take advice from anybody. I wish I knew to be mindful of digital footprint sooner. I wish I knew to niche. I kind of knew to niche down, but I wasn't in the beginning. I was, but it changed a little bit. Consistency. You have to be consistent. You got to believe in yourself. You got to be yourself. You just got to be yourself, and you got to be prepared to get dragged. It is not easy being perceived by so many people. It is not easy. I don't care what anybody says. It's not easy. It's not normal. Human beings, this ain't normal. It's not normal for people to be able to see me in Amsterdam and all over the goddamn world. It's not normal, but it's the new normal. So we don't have a choice but to become acclimated and to figure out how to work the system so as it could work for us. And also it's okay to unplug at times, you know? So that's my message to y'all. And these are the things that I wish I knew before starting YouTube. I love you all so much. Shouts out to my new subscribers. Shouts out to my day ones. I will be back. It's still super early. I'm probably gonna live stream with you all at least 2 more times. Let me see what y'all saying before I get out of here. Turn the draggy into content, of course. You must be from New York. I am. Keep up the good work. Beautiful. Been a silent follower since you were on Son's channel. Thank you. If had me, you'll be living in the mansion right now. Well, send me a donation. Send me a cash app, $ Love Jones CV, or send me a super sticker. Um, and thank you, Liquid Sunshine, for the gifts. I appreciate you. You have these cups. Who is this woman? I'm Love Jones. Who the fuck are you? Thanks for loving on us. Yes, y'all are my booze. It's the barbecue. So we didn't do it. I want to put some stuff on the grill. Yesterday we didn't do it. Thank you, Design Queen, for the super sticker. Thank you. We didn't do it because we just made burgers in the house instead of putting it on a grill, which I'm kind of annoyed because we literally bought. Well, I mostly bought all of the stuff. It doesn't. My mom bought a couple things, but we went and was buying stuff for a barbecue, and then I don't know. So it's still early. We still have some stuff left, so I want to put some stuff on the grill. We'll see what happens, and I want her to make this salad, so we're gonna see if she do. Either way, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna live stream, but I wanted to keep this not too. Thank you, Shatara. I didn't want this video to be too drawn out, but these are things that I wish I knew because nobody prepares you for this. Like even people jumping me. Like y'all seen how everybody was attacking me on the internet at one point. All of the female content creators was just, and I don't even like to say female, but like the women content creators, they was just talking crazy about me at one point. It was like they was looking for a reason to try to drag me, and it's because they're all jealous. I don't care what nobody say. I don't bother anybody. I don't bother anybody. I don't be talking crazy about anybody. I mean, I give my commentary out. We do our ones and twos, but for the most part, I don't come for none of these bitches on this internet. I don't come for no content creator. I don't give a fuck about what none of these funky ass, ugly ass bitches is doing. I don't care. And I'm saying that because of the nasty things that they were saying about me and how they came and attacked me and kept attacking me for months. All of 2025, the beginning of 2025, all of these funky ass content creators was really going hard. Like you would have thought I was fucking their husband or something. Can I have 6 more likes? Everybody double tap the screen for me so we can at least get this to 100 before I get out of here. Can I have 6 more likes and subscribe if you're not subscribed? Um, we were here. Yeah, so y'all know. All right, we need 5 more likes. Everybody double tap the screen. Just going in, and it's like, so you got to be prepared too for people to just fuck with you even when you don't fuck with them, because in the real world we think like, oh well, if I don't bother you, why should you bother me? That's not how it works. People be looking for a reason just because they be envious. And once again, like I said, I'm still growing. Like once we get to 100K, we gonna have us a party, but we still growing. So I always thought small, like, oh, why would anybody say anything about me? Like I don't have as many subscribers as everybody else. It's not about that. People see your light, they see your potential, and that makes people feel some type of way. So you could literally be living in a fucking shelter. And if you are that bitch, you gonna be that bitch. It don't matter if your clothes is $2. If you're that bitch, you gonna be that bitch. A lot of us, like I said, we have things that money simply cannot fucking buy. With that being said, show up as her, be her. Don't let nobody play in your fucking face. Get to work. If you want to do content, load up your fucking camera and do that shit right now. There ain't no time like the present. Tomorrow never fucking comes. You got to do it right now. Stop being a thinker. Stop being a doer. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. I will see you guys soon.